Now, white people, here's another one for you, because honestly, this is my type of carrying on. Most people think the first time a black man showed up on a presidential ticket was 2008 or maybe 1988, but it wasn't. It was 1872, and the black man didn't even know his name was on it. And the reason that happened is because of the white woman who put him there, Victoria Woodhull. Now, her life doesn't start powerful, it starts chaotic. Born in 1838 in rural Ohio, to a father who was a known con man. At one point, he burned down the family mill for insurance money, and the whole family got run out of town. I don't think that's fair. So, from the beginning, her life was unstable. No real schooling, no structure. She's learning how to survive in real time. By the age of 15, she's married off to a 28-year-old doctor, and almost immediately she realizes he's an alcoholic and he can't keep a job. So now she's the one holding everything together, working wherever she can, doing whatever pays. Eventually she divorces him, which at that time made you quite controversial. But by the time she gets to New York in 1868 with her sister, she's already lived a life that most people wouldn't recover from. And then something changes. Through a connection with Cornelius Vanderbilt, one of the richest men in the country at that time, Victoria and her sister open a brokerage firm on Wall Street. First women to ever do it, and they make serious money. But instead of playing it safe, she gets louder. She starts a newspaper and uses it to talk about all the things that people weren't supposed to be talking about. Women's rights, labor rights, wealth, power, all of it. That same paper goes on to publish the first English language version of the Communist Manifesto. So now she's not just surviving, right? She's influencing. And this is where her audacity kicks in. In 1872, 48 years before women can even vote, she runs for president. And her platform? Women's suffrage, 8-hour workday, regulating monopolies, welfare for the poor, and abolishing the death penalty. And technically, she's not even old enough to be president yet. Her name won't appear on most ballots, but that does not stop her. And at the convention, she reaches a moment where her team needs to pick a vice president. And they say his name, Frederick Douglass. Now, here's why people get confused, because they kind of expect a reaction from all of this. But Douglass does nothing. And when you look at it closely, it actually makes sense. Because from his perspective, there was nothing to respond to. He never agreed to it. He never accepted it. So, in his mind, he wasn't on that ticket. You can't force somebody to campaign for something they never signed up for. But at the same time, he's already out campaigning for Ulysses Grant, because Grant at the time was doing something real, protecting black voters and going after the Klan. So Douglass made a decision. He just keeps moving like it never happened. But while all this is happening, Victoria is making enemies, y'all. Powerful ones, and one of them is Henry Ward Beecher, one of the most famous preachers in this country at that time. Huge following, national influence, and very comfortable criticizing her publicly. But what he didn't know is that she knew something about him. Now, this is my type of carrying on, lady. He was having an affair with a married woman in his own church. For shame. So she publishes it. She names him. She prints it, and she puts it out for the world to see. Days before the election, but almost immediately, everything flips. Federal marshals show up. They arrest her. They arrest her sister. They arrest her husband, charge him under the Comstock Act for sending obscene material through the mail. And just like that, a woman running for president is sitting in a jail cell. And of course, the man she exposed keeps everything. He keeps his position, his reputation. He does go to trial later, but he walks away, no convictions. Meanwhile, Victoria, she was arrested again and again. Legal fees destroy her, and eventually she leaves the country. So when people talk about 1872, they're going to tell you about Ulysses Grant. And yeah, that's true. But it leaves everything out that actually makes a story worth telling. Because at the same time, a woman who wasn't supposed to have power built it anyway. She put Frederick Douglass on a ticket without even asking him. And he responded by not responding. She exposed one of the most powerful men in this country, and she paid for it. Yeah. And in turn spent election day in jail. And somehow, that's not the version that most people remember. So yeah, white women, have the audacity Victoria did. Maybe don't put people on the ballot, though, without asking them, but all the other stuff, yeah, do that.